Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año, felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, all right. Good morning. Feliz Navidad. Thank you so much, Linda. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. I am Reverend Jonathan Zenz. We are here to celebrate one thing and one thing only, and that is that we are here to celebrate love. That's what Unity stands for. It's what the season is all about. I mean, it's really what every season is about, and I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to do that. Good morning to all of you. I want to say, I want to offer, of course, as I do every week, our vision here at Unity of Tucson. It is this. We envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. And here are some beautiful faces of your dynamic congregation coming up on the screen for you. Celebrate them. Celebrate those beautiful faces as we sing. Something great has happened and love has taken hold and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling forward, upward motion. We're drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Whoa, whoa. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing to feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions. Explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today. Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live the dream of your highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the greatness, let's stand together now. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world. Live the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness, let's stand together. Live the dream of your highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness, let's stand together now. All right, let's stand together. Yes, 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 yes. Good morning once again. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful cold. It's a cold Sunday morning. On my way in, I usually come to the church building at around 6 o'clock in the morning on Sundays to prepare myself and do the things that I do every Sunday morning. But I always stop at the Starbucks drive-through, and I got to the Starbucks drive-through as I was waiting there. I thought, do I get an iced coffee today? And then I looked at the little dashboard temperature thermometer readout, and it said it was 28 degrees right there. I thought, it is not a day for iced coffee. So yes, we are a spiritual community here at Unity of Tucson. We are here to teach practical tools for a better life. And that's been my approach to changing my life, is that as I engage these practical spiritual tools, life just gets better. I say it every day on my midday mindful moment on Facebook. I say, the consistent and regular practice of spirituality, practicing, doing it on a consistent and regular basis is what makes life better. So that's what we're here to do. It is my belief that we can precipitate our own spiritual evolution. And with that in mind, I invite you to read these words of our mission statement with me as they come up on your screen and see how they feel for you. Here we go. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. I said to check in and see how that feels. It feels good to me. Today is all about joy. I'll be talking a lot about joy today. One of the things that does bring me joy is living the tenets of this vision of ministry that I've adopted and carry with me, and they are these. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. When we do that, when we understand that, we are transformed within that. And I believe that our work is to awaken to that magnificence within ourselves. I'm going to invite you to, and of course, in knowing that we are awakening to our magnificence, there's one more thing to know. This is the thing I know about you. And I just want to acknowledge, too, I keep looking down because the board are here today in support of the service. And as I look at these beautiful faces, and our guest singer today, which is super exciting, I just want to let you all know, and I'll let you all know, you are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And I would love for each and every one of us, let's exclaim out loud. If you're out there watching the video, even if you're sitting in Starbucks, let's exclaim out loud, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. Take a moment to reach out to the people who are watching with you today. Type some messages into the chat function and let them know their magnificence. Do so in your own unique voice. And I'm going to just say, it's so good to have you back. Sorry, we missed you last week. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. Absolutely. As those messages proliferate on the chat function, in your own time, I'm going to invite you to find yourself centered into the moment. let us turn our attention in whatever way suits us to the inner life. I turn my attention to the inner life by closing my eyes and allowing my focus to be on the core of all creation. I am rooted here and now in the assured knowledge that my thoughts, my beliefs, my feelings are the point from which the entire expression of my life flows forth. And I know this is so for every single person I encounter, every single person in this world, whether there is an awareness of this or not. Let us settle into that understanding. Thought, belief, and feeling all work together to create the quality of our lives. From this point of centered awareness, I will say out loud this month's affirmation, and I invite you to simply take this affirmation into your heart. Let it work for you, as you. The affirmation is this: the I am essence that I am is awake and aware, and my life is blessed and inspired. The I am essence that I am is awake and aware, and my life is blessed and inspired. Let yourself be rooted in that for just a few moments.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong that I can be on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Thank you. Carol, you can come on in. I just have to take a moment. Okay. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. This is the point where we engage in one of our rituals here, which is to light the flames of faith. So grateful, Carol, that you're helping me with this today. Thank you for being here. We do this to honor the faith traditions, the spiritual practices, the faith ideologies of the entire world, with the understanding that each and every one of them is rooted in one golden thread of love. And so let's celebrate that as we light each of these candles here today. Oh, I'm still taking it in. So let's go ahead. Let's light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is the healing candle, a candle which represents the healing of any circumstance in which the revelation of the divine is needed. That is the true nature of healing, the revealing of the God energy at the core of all creation. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here to your left is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated as a reminder that peace is consistently illuminated within our hearts. And that as we recognize that and allow that to proliferate from our heart space out into the world energetically, we create a more peaceful world. So let's honor this candle by reading together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. We have a guest singer today. I don't know if you noticed. You've already heard from him once today, and a magnificent, magnificent being of light who shares this artistic gift with the world. I of course go to your website and I look up things about you, and here's some of the stuff that it says on his website. And I love that you lead with this. Our guest today, he loves nothing more than to bring smiles to people's faces every time he sets foot on stage. What better purpose is there? He is a singer, actor, director, educator. He was raised in Napa Valley, lived in New York City, and toured the country performing. Those are all the relative facts about him, but I know that who he is an energetic bundle of love that precedes him, and I'm so grateful that he has decided to share his gifts with us today. Please welcome Chach Snook.
Is it the wind over my shoulder? Is it the wind that I hear gently whispering? Are you alone there in the valley? No, not alone, for you walk with me. Is it the wind there over my shoulder? Is it your voice calling quietly over the hilltop, down in the valley? Never alone, for you walk with me. When evening falls and the air gets colder, when shadows cover the road I am following, will I be alone there in the darkness? No, not alone, not alone, and I'll never be.
Never alone, you're walking with me.
Is it the wind there over my shoulder? Is it your voice calling quietly over the hilltop, down in the valley? Never alone, for you walk with me over the hilltop, down in the valley. Never alone, for you walk with me. Never alone, for you walk with me.
Chach Snook. Yeah. That song, it's from a Broadway musicale. It's from a show that is based on a movie. The show is called The Full Monty. And it's a song that actually has been in my repertoire for a long time. But I've never sung the harmony on it. I've always sung the melody. I've sung it, it's a good wedding song. I've sung it at a few weddings. And boy, just a glorious song. Now, the funny thing is that you will recall that my talk last week was called Walk With Me. And it's because I was prepared to talk all around the song and utilize the song as part of a leaping into what it was I wanted to talk about last week. And then, of course, the circumstances of life unfolded in a way that was unexpected, and it just changed everything, and that was okay, you know? And then I sang the song Living in the Moment, which could not have been a better, more perfect song last week to affirm that, you know, it's time to live in the moment. Every moment's an opportunity to live in the moment. I want to start today really with a story. I'm going to start with this story. Just take it in. A 92-year-old man, short, I don't know why that's important, but it is apparently, very well presented, who took great care of his appearance, was moving into an old people's home one day. His wife of 70 years had recently passed, and he was obliged to leave his home. After waiting several hours in the retirement home lobby, he gently smiled as an attendant told him his room was ready. As he slowly walked to the elevator, using his cane, the attendant described his small room to him, including a sheet hung at the window which served as a curtain. "I like it very much," he said, with the enthusiasm of an 8-year-old boy who had just been given a new puppy. Well, the attendant was surprised. "Sir, you haven't even seen the room yet. Hang on a moment, we're almost there." "That has nothing to do with it," he replied. "Joy is something I choose in advance. Whether or not I like the room does not depend on the furniture or the decor. Rather, it depends on how I decide to see it. I have already decided in my mind that I like my room. It is a decision I will make every morning when I wake up. We can choose. We can spend all day in bed enumerating the difficulties that we have in life, or we can get up and give thanks for all the parts that are still in working order." In some ways, that's the lesson. I could go home now, because that really is the lesson. Every day is a gift, and as long as we can open our eyes, let us focus on the gift of a new day, on the joy that is in our hearts, residing in our hearts right here and right now. You know, it may seem in many ways like our life journey is one where we move further and further away from this frame of mind. It's very easy to get caught up in the circumstances of life. I think this has been a year where we allow ourselves to get caught up quite a bit in the circumstances of life. I know that I have fallen victim to that frame of mind, allowing myself to get caught up in the circumstances of this thing called the COVID pandemic. It doesn't matter what we call it. It is an experience of life, and we are at the place where we can open our eyes and live each day with joy, provided we bring joy to the circumstances rather than try to derive joy from the circumstances. On this fourth Sunday, the fourth Sunday of Advent, which I like to say is our adventure, I'm just going to keep reminding everybody that it is adventure. That's what we are in. The theme of the fourth Sunday of Advent is joy. Now, how many of us can recall, I'm just going to put this out there, how many of us can recall the last time we felt unmitigated joy? Just take a moment to think about that. Unmitigated joy. That means without any consideration of anything else. It's just the allowance of that feeling of joy. This earlier today, I was saying that, in the meditation, it is our thoughts, our beliefs, and our feelings which all work together to create the quality of our life. Now, I've also used the formula that I have developed over time, and it has developed over time because I used to write the formulas: thoughts plus beliefs plus feelings equals the quality of our life. But what I have discovered in working with this idea is that our thoughts are exponentially affected by our beliefs, and all of that is exponentially affected by our feeling. And that's what creates the quality of life. So thoughts to the power of belief and all of that to the power of feeling creates the quality of our life. So, when was the last time you felt unmitigated joy? Because it can be very easy to think that we are in unmitigated joy, but still have some consideration around the stuff out there, the circumstances of our lives. Emily Cady wrote in Lessons in Truth this: all joy and strength and good spring up from a fountain within one's own being. And if we only knew this truth, we should know that nothing that anyone does or says or fails to do or say can take away our joy and good. I have found in my life that I sometimes need that reminder. And it's okay, because here's the good news. We have opportunities for that reminder at every turn, every single one of us. Every single one of us. We are sold a different idea, though. We are sold a slightly different idea, especially at this time of year when we say, oh, the Christmas season, it's all about joy, it's all about peace, it's all about love, it's all about harmony, unless I don't get the gift that I want. If I don't get the gift I want, then, well, I'm not going to be happy. I can't live a life in joy if I don't get the gift that I want, right? We're sold that. It's in advertising everywhere. What's the big thing this year? The PlayStation 5, is it 5 now? That's the big thing, right? And there are plenty of people out there who are living within the paradigm of, if I don't get the PlayStation 5, I cannot be happy. Or you should see when their eyes light up when they get the PlayStation 5. There was a video, okay. I blame Laura Cass for this, and this will make sense to you in just a moment. So Laura was telling me that her husband, where are you? There you are. There you are. That you are obsessed with TikTok. I get a thumbs up. Well, of course, I've been avoiding downloading TikTok. And I finally download TikTok, and I get it. I am obsessed with watching videos on TikTok. Like you, I laugh out loud. My husband is like, What are you watching over there? I laugh out loud. So there was this video on TikTok, and in the video, this young woman comes in, and it seems like she's very upset, and all her boyfriend and his friends are all out there, and they're playing video games, with the PlayStation 4, and she comes in, and she takes that PlayStation, she rips it out of the wall, and she throws it on the ground, and she starts stomping on it. And all the guys are sitting around there going, what have you done? And then she walks out of the frame, she comes back with the PlayStation 5 as a gift to give. And then the funny thing that happens is her boyfriend looks at the PlayStation 5, he sets it down, and then he goes and he stomps on the PlayStation 4. But it's a great thing to remember that we're not deriving joy from that thing outside the self. It is a reflection of our joy. And that's the key, to turn our minds to the point of view that everything that is outside can be a reflection of joy, but we're not deriving the joy from the thing outside the self. Now, in that instance, he probably was seemingly deriving joy from that thing, right? I want us all to think back to a time when we were children. It'll take some of our brains a little bit longer than others to think back to the time we were a child. Think back to the time before you were taught that getting the hottest new toy would bring you joy. Just think about that experience of what it was to just live true, unmitigated joy. And that's what I'm getting to. When I asked about unmitigated joy, I think, for me anyway, if I am really looking honestly at my life, the last time I truly felt unmitigated joy outside the world of circumstance was when I was a child. And in some ways, this is a terrible way of phrasing it, but think about it this way: when I didn't know any better and I didn't know any worse. We are bombarded all the time with messages, mostly in advertising, that come to us that say, your life is worthless. Your life is not a life of joy unless you get our product. But I can recall a life that was lived in unmitigated joy. I can recall that. What is the thing that stands in the way of me allowing that to be the point of view from which my life is lived right here and right now? I say this only to see if there's any resonance that comes up for any of us. We live lives where we obtain experience, and those experiences get embedded into our subconscious as memories, and we can bring those memories up to the level of conscious awareness. But those memories are active in our experience of life all the time. And we develop beliefs around those memories, around how good life can or maybe cannot be. As we embody those beliefs, we have feelings around that. We have feelings around that, and it can unfold in a way that doesn't feel so good sometimes. But we also have the opportunity to say, I am the point from which my feelings unfold, and I bring feelings to the beliefs, which then transform themselves into the thoughts that I think, and life gets better. If you took the weight of your circumstantial world away, if you took it away, if you took away all of those things we hold on to as memories, if we took away all of that, what would we be left with? What would we be left with? I would venture a guess that if we took those circumstances away, if we took them all away, if we took out of any equation the idea that the circumstances have any power, what we would be left with is joy. Because that's the nature of God. That is the nature of the divine. That's the nature of infinite consciousness. It doesn't matter what limited words we use to describe this ineffable thing, this ineffable creative power. It is who we are at the core. And when we strip away all of the stuff that is peripheral, what we find we are left with is that unmitigated joy. The moment we align our good with anything out there, we give up our power. We give up our power. We are expressions of power. One of my favorite teachers is Edwene Gaines, Reverend Edwene Gaines. And, I've worked with her a bit in the past, and, every time you're in her presence, every time she leads a workshop or does whatever work she's doing, she always starts off with this affirmation. And I'm saying it as though I'm her, so you will understand why I'm about to say it this way. She steps forward and she says, I am a woman of power. I think we should all be able to step forth just in the same way that I am trying to normalize us stating out loud, I am magnificent. I think we should be able to step forth proudly and say, I am a person of power. I am a man of power. I am a woman of power. I am that which is. I am the infinite divine presence and power of this infinitely flowing creative good. Let us begin to truly take this to heart. That's what this season is all about. That's what the season of adventure is all about, leading up to Christmas, which is a revelation of the Christ consciousness at the core of our being. It is a call to each and every one of us to remember and recognize that we are the presence of the divine. There are many, many churches, spiritual centers, whatever you choose to call them, that on the Christmas service, I was trying to figure out a way to do this for our Christmas Eve service, but it's not that easy to do because I can't, well, you'll understand why I can't do this as easily. But on the Christmas Eve service, they set up a nativity scene, and of course there's there's a crib of sorts in hay, right? And there's the story of the nativity, and they tell everything, and then everybody is to come up and peer into and see the Christ child. But people put mirrors in there. Because when we look at that, what we should see is the reflection of ourself, because we are the Christ child, each and every one of us. We are the presence. This entire season is about remembering that we are the presence. Within each of us is a spring bubbling up, and from that spring flows a river. A river that flows infinitely. And as it flows, what we find is that we can put up dams, lots of dams, to stop the flow. Dams of lack, dams of limitation, dams of disappointment, dams of disillusion. All these things just stop the flow. That's all they do. Our work, and what am I about to say? I'm looking at William, because William, I think, probably knows what I'm about to say. All the work, and it is work until you embody it and it's no longer work. See how that works? It is work. Our work is to break down those dams of lack, limitation, disappointment, disillusionment, whatever it is. That is our work. And when we break those down, we live in that free flow of joy. We live as the river of joy. The river of joy is our birthright because it is our inherent nature. We must be willing to let go of the things we hold on to that convince us otherwise. Are you ready today to let those things go once and for all, to break down the dam, live within the river of joy, to understand that our joy is not derived from the things in our lives? We bring joy to those experiences. We bring joy to the circumstances. We bring joy to the things in our life. If we feel we derive joy, it's because what we see is actually not deriving joy. It is a reflection of that inner joy, the same way we may look into that cradle. It is a reflection of the Christ presence within each and every one of us. So I invite us all to reflect on joy this week, perhaps more so than you've ever considered it before. I invite you to welcome your inherent nature of joy into every aspect of your being. I invite you to release the flow, to break down those dams and flow freely in that infinite river of joy. Namaste. So I have to laugh, because sometimes I get going, right? William always says that it's my Baptist minister self coming out a little bit. I'm going to invite you now to take into consideration, I've basically already given you the homework. I would like us this week to vitalize, this is our homework, to vitalize the childlike joy that is contained within you. To let go of anything that stands in the way of your unmitigated joy. Let that inner joy express in some way, and then the second part of that is, and then share it with the world. You get to decide what that is. You get to decide how you are going to share that. TikTok? Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll post my first TikTok video this week. The funny thing is my husband says, do not ever post a TikTok video. You're too old. That's what he tells me. I'm like, I have childlike joy and wonder in my heart. I am never too old. I'm going to invite you now to reflect on a kernel of truth, perhaps something that has resonated with you today. The song that I've chosen as the benediction talks a little bit about some of those dams that we build up. And those dams can be fortified when we forget the truth. So let yourself reflect on the good here and now. Let it be fully present in your heart right now. And live in this flow.
When I forget we are one,
and I regret things that I've done. I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. I am free. We are free. For right here, right now, in this moment, I lay claim to this understanding and know that it revitalizes the experience and expression of all life. And this idea is this: life is God. God is life. There is no separation. There is only this infinite divine flow of good. There is only this creative energy. There is consciousness and nothing else. And everything that we experience, everything that I experience, every form that I experience, it is all the construct of this divine energy, and it is flowing constructively, consistently into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And while we perceive it as the experience and expression of form and time, it is beyond these limitations. It is the infinite divine I am. It is the core identity of each and every one of us. We are the I am. And so I trust and know that from this point of view, every dam is broken down. And what flows forth is joy. Everything is a reflection of the joy at the core of our hearts. So I simply let this be with magnificent gratitude in my heart, overflowing for this good, overflowing for this knowledge, overflowing for this presence that I recognize as the allness, the wholeness, the unity. Trusting this, knowing this, I simply relax and allow the good to flow. And I do so here, now, and evermore. And so it is. When things go wrong and my way seems dark, and when I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. I am free. Yes, thank you so much. This is the opportunity that we take every single Sunday to give back with gratitude in our hearts, and the understanding that as we give, we are in that infinite circulation, that giving and receiving are two sides of one coin. And I invite you to reach into your heart to see what resonates for you today and give to Unity of Tucson. It is the way that we are sustained and supported in the work that we are doing here to see through our vision and mission. There are many ways that you can give. You can go to unitytucson.com and click on the donate buttons that are there and give that way using a debit or credit card. You can also call the office during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and give a card over the phone. You can also send in a check through the mail or any other delivery service. We accept, FedEx comes here. It's a rather expensive way to send a check, but if that's what resonates in your heart, we accept it. As we step into this and as you engage in the consciousness of giving, I invite you to read with me the divine givingness statement and see how this resonates with you from that feeling space. And as I've talked about, let's infuse this with the joy that is in our hearts as we read this together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. In this moment I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. I feel love. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. And the point of power is in this moment now. I gave you a false signal, didn't I? All right. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody. I do want to let you know that today there is not going to be a virtual gathering on Zoom following the celebration. Today, we're going to be pre-recording some of the segments of our Christmas Eve celebration, and that does make me I want to let you know. Tune in at 6 p.m. Arizona time right here on YouTube Live for our Christmas Eve candlelight celebration. I think you're going to be, I know that as I've been putting stuff together, it's feeling really exciting. I feel very moved by what's happening, and it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be like, here we are on the stage doing our regular service. It's going to be very different, and so I'm really excited about being able to present that to you and also have you be a part of it. If you have not seen, we've been sending out emails and putting up reminders on Facebook. If you have not seen, we would love for you to participate in the Christmas Eve service by sending a still photograph or a short, maybe 30-second video of you holding a lit candle. There doesn't have to be anything fancy about it. Just send us the video, send us the image, because we want to put the faces of our community onto the screen as participants in our candlelight service. So I believe I put a link into the description of today's video. If not, reach out to the office. We can tell you how to get that video to us. We do need it. I've said no later than today, but it looks like I probably won't even get to start editing until tomorrow, some of this stuff. So you can send it till tomorrow early afternoon. I'll be able to still receive it. We do have the sock box available. If you'd like to stop by the office during our regular office hours, you can drop off socks, underwear, hats, scarves, things that are welcome for people to be comfortable, and we collect them here and then we distribute them accordingly. So please do stop by the office and drop something off. Also, don't forget that we have our New Year's Eve labyrinth and a dissolving bowl ceremony. That's going to be an outdoor ceremony, and so we are inviting people to come in groups of 10 about every half hour, starting at 11:30 a.m. on New Year's Eve, and I'm going to stay here right up until 5:30 p.m. There is a registration link on the website so that you can let us know that you are going to be here, so we just have a sense and we don't have too many people. So please do register in advance for that, but look forward to seeing you here for that. Also, we have nominations open for 2 board positions that are available. We have if you're interested in serving and want to give of yourself in a magnificent way in support of this community, you can find the information on that in our emails and also on our website. So please do find out about that. Let us know that you would like to help us serve and lead this community into its magnificent expansion. And what I'm going to say is its evolution, because we're going to emerge in 2021. That is what I have decided. That is our theme for 2021. Again, I do want to say thank you to everybody who has made today possible. I want to say thank you to Wally and Don and Aiden for your magnificent work in support of the technical aspects of this. We cannot do this without you, literally. We literally cannot do this without you. It would be a very different experience. I want to say thank you to the entire board who are here today in support as well. Grateful for your work and for the, one of the things that I've always said is, if we're doing our job right, nobody out there should see it, but I still want to honor the work that you do to make this a loving place for everybody. And they get to see the results, not the work that goes into creating those results, and I'm grateful to you for that. Carol, I want to say thank you for supporting here, lighting the candles, bringing your presence and your consciousness to this experience. I want to say thank you to Linda and Raphael and Joshua. Your magnificence in music is unparalleled, and I'm so grateful. And I want to say thank you especially to Chach for being here and sharing your gift. What a gift. Thank you so much for sharing that with us here today. Of course, I want to say thank you to everybody who is watching. Thank you for being here, making your presence known, and not just here at Unity of Tucson, but on this planet at this time. Your love, your joy, the peace in your heart, that is what we are here, each and every one of us, to shine forth. Let's read together as we complete our time here, the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. But we're all precious, no one less or more, and we've all got the same treasure in store. That's why I'm loving every living thing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. Well, no matter what comes, it always turns out right. I just dig down to how I feel. I take a deep breath and then grab the wheel. That's why I'm believing in my guiding light. Here we go. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. wanna sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. I can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. Woo-hoo! I can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.